It's time for the 1430 Connection on 1430 WNAV and 99.9 FM, spotlighting news, newsmakers, and important community issues. Now, with this week's edition of the 1430 Connection, here's WNAV news anchor Donna Cole.
Welcome to the 1430 Connection. I'm Donna Cole. Today I'm speaking to Susan Thomas. She's the Executive Director of the Arundel County Food Bank. And Susan, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So how long have you been involved with the food bank?
I have worked at the Arundel County Food Bank for 15 years.
And in those 15 years, did you ever think for a minute you'd ever experience what we're experiencing now or what you're experiencing now?
No, and the crazy thing, I never thought that we would have the furlough that we had last year and then have COVID this year. So it's definitely been a huge increase in need that we've experienced, and it's a very unique situation with COVID and limited contact.
And the experience with COVID, tell me normally how much food you get out to people in need in the community, and how much has it been since this pandemic started?
So typically in this time of year, we would give out around 85,000 pounds of food. In the past 8 weeks, we distributed over 420,000 pounds of food.
We are not unlike any other area of the world that people with stay-at-home orders are losing their jobs, losing their income. They might not even, for those that aren't, they might not be making as much, and there are a lot of hungry people, our neighbors and our friends.
There are, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Over 50% of the individuals going to a pantry have never had to access a pantry before.
It's heartbreaking. Did you hear about it in the early days and say to yourself, we better get ready? Did you tell me how it all happened with the Arundel County Food Bank?
We were gearing up when we kind of heard what was going on in China, just in case. We had no idea how fast it would get here. The challenging part is this time of year is when we would actually be replenishing our shelves with our spring food drives. So the scouting for food drive actually had to be canceled due to COVID, and the postal drive also had to be postponed due to COVID, which are two huge drives that would replenish our shelves to help us through the summer months.
So how are you replenishing your shelves?
So we have several food drives going on at Park and Recs, and they are at Kinder Park, Quiet Waters, Downs Park, and Fort Smallwood.
And when people will go into those parks, you're going to see big trailers, right?
Yes, you're going to see big trailers. Right Way Storage actually donated the pods, so you'll see Right Away Storage pods, and the food can be dropped off. They're open from dusk till dawn while the parks are open. And I know the parks are up 60% as a way to get out of the house and get exercise, so it's convenient.
And what specifically are you looking for? You don't have to go through the full list, but is it sort of a roundabout non-perishable items, pasta, sauces? Right.
Shelf-stable food. Also, paper products. Toilet paper is definitely a high-demand item right now, but shelf-stable food, baby diapers, and senior diapers.
Once you text food to 41444, does it give you a dollar amount how much you want to?
You can actually donate as much or any amount that you are able to. Okay. It all adds up and helps us with the mission and purchasing food.
All right. Once again, it's text food, FOOD, to 41444. You can also log on to the Arundel County Food Bank's website, which is
www.aafoodbank.org.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on the 1430 Connection. Welcome back to the 1430 Connection. I'm Donna Cole. Today I'm speaking to Susan Thomas. She's the Executive Director of the Arundel County Food Bank, who is supplying our neighbors, our friends, our community members that are hungry with food that is completely essential, and they can't do it without your help. So get over to those county parks with some donations of non-perishables and toilet paper as well, because it helps. Also donate, for you to donate money, you can text food to 41444. Again, that's text FOOD to 41444. Susan, how is this? You've already alluded to that a lot of your volunteers are senior citizens, and they're stepping back, as well they should right now, staying home and quarantining. Have you had other people step up to help?
We have. The community has been wonderful, and we've had a lot of volunteer support. The Office of Emergency Management and the County Exec's Office created a donation warehouse in Odenton as well, which helps sort the food and get everything ready to be given out to the community. So a lot of the volunteers have come through CERT and from Park and Recs.
That's awesome. When we had the stay-at-home order, were you completely prepared, or was it more or less, let's just barrel in, we'll get through it? How did that work?
We prepared as much as we could. It's been challenging, the numbers, as employment kind of continues to rise, and the people that are working not getting as much hours, so their pay is down. The need continues to increase. People can file for unemployment and food stamps, but they have a window, a gap on when that assistance will actually kick in, and during that time they need help.
And as of today, the Maryland Department of Labor paid $327,649 unemployment insurance claims during this pandemic. And as we all know, a lot of people have been having problems logging into the site and filing for unemployment, and that's not even considering that this whole group of people that were self-employed or independent contractors weren't initially allowed to apply. So that number is going to for sure go up as this crisis continues. And as well, you probably have seen, right?
It has. And anytime you go through financial hardship, when you do get back to work, it takes months for you to actually get back on your feet and recover. I know right now they have waived where you can't be evicted from your home, but people are going to end up having a month or two of rent or mortgages that will be due and other bills that they're going to have to pay when they get back to work. So they're going to need help for months after the pandemic is over.
So your need for food and your need for continued help, whether it's volunteers or funding, will be ongoing for the foreseeable future. Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman recently tweeted, the majority of our county's renter households whose income is $50,000 or less are paying over 30% of their income on rent. Job losses from the pandemic are most prevalent among low-wage workers. Many can't pay rent, particularly those excluded from federal benefits. So it's so many different layers of this that will have long-term ramifications for our entire community and forcing people to have to ask you for help, yes?
It has, and we want to make sure that people know that the help is there if they need it. If they need help, they can go to our website and click on the link, Need Help. We have a list of all of the pantries that are available in the county. So if you're a resident of Anne Arundel County and you need help, please make sure you go to our site. And there's baby pantries, senior pantries, pet pantries, and emergency food pantries.
And it's an alphabetical listing, I believe, where it's by geographic area within the county. It's very easy. I was on it, and as I mentioned to you, Susan, before we started the interview, the pet pantry completely surprised me. I had no idea. Tell me the reason for that.
We have found that seniors specifically will not eat if the pets don't eat. So we wanted to make sure that the seniors get the nutrition that they need. So we started pet pantries in the county to help feed everybody's fur babies.
And those two pet pantries are the SPCA here in Annapolis and Life of Victory on B&A Boulevard in Glen Burnie. And they both, SPCA is by appointment only. Life of Victory is open Tuesday and Thursday for limited hours. This is all spelled out on the Anne Arundel County Food Bank's website. So people can also donate pet food at the parks if they have it?
Yes, they can.
What are your greatest needs right now? I'm sure you're seeing a fair amount of donations come through the parks, but what aren't you seeing enough of?
We really need canned meat, peanut butter, jelly, and senior diapers. We're running very low on senior diapers, and canned soups. Do
you have, by any chance, an Amazon wish list?
We do have an Amazon link, a virtual drive on our website, so if you go to Make a Difference, and you can actually click on the Target virtual drive or the Amazon virtual drive.
All right,
and pick out items, and they will be shipped directly to us.
Is word getting out that you need this help?
It definitely needs to. We need to continue to get the word out until we're still in the midst of the pandemic. We're still on shutdown, and until the shutdown's over, and like I said, this will continue for several months. Anybody that has a financial hardship, it's going to impact them for several months after we get through it. And I know they're talking about a possible second wave in the fall that we also have to prepare for.
And how have people responded with donations and with both as far as food goes and money?
It's definitely been a huge help. We have the pods with Park and Recs has been extremely helpful. We had donation collections here and at the Odenton location, but the Park and Recs actually offers longer hours for people to donate, and that's been very helpful for getting the food in. The text to donate, we have gotten some monetary donations in, which has been a huge help. We've been purchasing more food than we've ever had before. The price of food continues to increase, so where $1 or $100 might have purchased before, you may only get $50 worth of food now. So the money definitely doesn't go as far as it would, but we are able to utilize the funds to get food in.
How does it work with working with the other food banks, pantries? I mean, we know about the Maryland Food Bank.
The Anne Arundel County Food Bank is actually the food bank for Anne Arundel County. So the Maryland Food Bank is a separate nonprofit, and they do implement several programs that are initiated statewide, like the food that we get for the Emergency Food Assistance Program, which is through the Farm Bill. And then they implement Feeding America, which is part of our Retail Rescue Program. The Retail Rescue Program, as you can imagine, the stores are struggling to keep items on the shelves. So unfortunately, where those donations have almost been eliminated on what we would receive, and that's why our typical donations are down 73% because we're not able to rely on the donations that we were getting from the grocery stores.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Let's take another short break. We'll be right back on the 1430 Connection. Welcome back to the 1430 Connection. I'm Donna Cole. I'm speaking today to Susan Thomas. She's the Executive Director of the Anne Arundel County Food Bank. And the food bank people are working very hard to continue feeding our neighbors, our friends, our community members that are hungry. You said you've seen a lot of people during this COVID crisis that have never used a food bank before. Is this hard for people to drive up, to come up, to say, I need help?
That has been a challenge that we have seen. People, kind of pride might get in the way. They might feel that there's somebody else that needs it more and they don't want to take it away from them. But this is why we're here. If you are experiencing a hardship and you need help, we want to be able to help you get through. And we want to make sure that everybody is getting the proper nutrition, staying healthy, everybody's getting fed.
It's necessary for survival, right? For yours, for your pets, for your children?
It is, and at some point in time, there's so many people that are just a paycheck or two away from needing help. And this pandemic has only highlighted that how many people can need help. And we're here. We want to be able to provide the support that you need. So definitely, if you need help and you're not working, you're not making enough money, go to a pantry. That's what they're there for. We want to make sure that you and your family get fed.
And one more time on the website?
www.aafoodbank.org.
And right at the top, there's a need help. Hit that button, download pantry list. It's going to give you a pantry, an entire pantry list. There's baby pantries, as I said before. There's pet pantries and soup kitchens. They're all listed. They're all over the county from, West River, Lothian, Linthicum, Glen Burnie, Crownsville, you name it, Annapolis, Brooklyn Park, Edgewater, Odenton. In order to help you all do what you do, you can text food to 41444, or again, visit the website. It's aafoodbank.org, and if you can help financially, click on that Make a Difference and do. How can people help if they have extra time right now? Are you taking new volunteers?
So we are having a list of volunteers that can fill in when pantries actually need help. So as this continues, I know some of our pantries have had some older volunteers that haven't been able to continue, and we've been utilizing volunteers to help fill in. And as the need continues, they need additional volunteers to help prepare the bags and get it out. So if anybody is interested, they can definitely give us a call or email us. You can email Angel, which is our volunteer coordinator, ANGEL, at aafoodbank.org, and she'll be happy to reach out and get your information so in case there's a need. We have volunteers that are helping with sorting food at Odenton right now. Park and Recs, as I said, has been amazing, and so has CERT. But to have potential volunteers to help fill in as the pantries need it is huge, a huge, huge help.
Now, I've heard some people say, when talking about food banks, they mentioned allergies. Is that something you all consider, or are there special pantries for allergies?
So typically what would happen is when they would do a client intake at the pantry, they would make sure that the food that they're receiving would fall in line with their allergies.
Okay.
So right now, I know the pantries, if you had an allergy or an issue, you can definitely talk to the pantries and see what they can work together for you. A lot of the bags have been pre-made in order to kind of get the limited contact and to expedite helping as many clients as we can. So you could take the package, and then anything that you couldn't use, you could donate to another family in need. It's a large variety of items. So I definitely don't see there being a lot of different allergy issues that would be in the package. We're trying to kind of streamline what's in there. There's not a lot of gluten. There's canned vegetables, soups. There might be pasta, sauce, rice. So there is a large variety that is going in the bag. So if somebody does have allergies, there should be a good selection of items in there for them. And if they need, they can speak with the pantry that's helping them to put something together for them. What we do is we supply the food for the pantries that give it out, and all of our pantries are either doing a drive-through or by appointment only. I would say over 90% are actually doing the drive-through pantry, and it's been working really well.
Susan, what have I missed? What else would you like to relay to the people of Anne Arundel County?
I'm definitely grateful for all of the support and all of the help that we've gotten with volunteers, donations, and the businesses that have come up and actually helped and donated items as the restaurants closed. We can't thank you enough for all of your help. And if somebody needs help, please go to our website and look at the list and find a pantry close to you, and let us help you feed your family.
Susan, thank you very much for doing all you do for our community, and you're keeping people alive right now. You can't ask for anybody to do any more than what you all are doing. So I appreciate the work of all of your volunteers, staff members, and board members. This is Donna Cole on the 1430 Connection. We will see you next week.